In Western culture, we typically identify ourselves by our profession or who we are in relation to others. So in that tradition, I will begin my story by telling you that I am an artist and former small business owner, a wife, a mom, and a grandma, a novelist, a writing instructor, and a student. A non-traditional 61-year-old second-year PhD student. Nearly 10 years ago, my small business crashed as the economic world spiraled into recession. Unsure what to do with myself, I returned to college to finish my bachelor's degree, then stayed to get an MA. Although a difficult transition at times, I had found a new niche in academia and a professional home in the writing center of my university. I love working with student writers, but I came to realize I wasn't finished with my education just yet, so I'm now in pursuit of yet another degree. I know going back to school at my age might seem a bit unusual, but across the country, more than 40% of all undergraduates are non-traditional students, and for me, it's a family tradition. My father, a married veteran working full-time to support a wife and 2 children, graduated from college when I was about 4 years old, the first in his family to do so. My mother, a private school teacher, returned to college in her 50s, first finishing a bachelor's degree and then a master's in psychology. Even my oldest son got in on our non-traditional family act. A home builder and father of 5, he graduated with his BA just a few weeks after I did. Now and then he jokes about going back for a master's degree, but at 39, he says he has plenty of time. Now you might be wondering, why would you do this, and at your age? And some days, I must admit, I wonder too. As an undergrad, I was nearly always the oldest person in the room, although never the only one past traditional age. And after the settled sense of self that I had found in my chosen career, becoming a student again felt at times like driving on a foggy night, never quite sure I was headed in the right direction. Still, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Although the reasons adults like me return to the classroom are as diverse as those who do the returning, there is one thing all those I've spoken with have in common: a feeling of otherness in university culture and a personal sense of disruption as they negotiate a new identity alongside the old. A desire to understand just how that negotiation of identity is seen through their stories lies at the heart of my research. In a project that will lead into my dissertation, I'm examining literacy narratives written by non-traditional students who, like me, return to the classroom after a minimum of 10 years away. Eventually incorporating both written and spoken texts, and viewed through methods such as narrative inquiry and autoethnography, I am working to uncover the identity reconstructions of returning adult students as they craft personal stories about past and present educational experiences. Inscribed on my heart, just as it's inscribed on my skin, is the certainty that we all have a story to tell. If you, like me, are a non-traditional student, I would love to hear yours.